Welcome to the Rockbridge Report. I'm Bryn McCarthy.
This 9-year-old and her family were initially nervous about safety, but other than some eggs being thrown and fireworks going off, no one was hurt at this rally. President Trump's nomination to fill retiring Justice Anthony Kennedy's seat on the Supreme Court with Brett Kavanaugh has put pressure on red state Democrats like West Virginia's Joe Manchin. This exhibit will look back at the past century of women in the Marines, and we're excited to see it and what these brave women will continue to achieve. Reactions to the Trump-Putin summit earlier this week have ranged from disgraceful all the way to traitorous. Tonight, we're here at the Democratic headquarters in Lexington, Virginia, as the 2018 midterm election results are slowly coming in. Bryn is expected to be a key player throughout the season. The Generals' next game is this Saturday, September 29th, at home against Randolph-Macon. For the Rockbridge Report, I'm Bryn McCarthy. Lots of Americans have been hoping for a resolution to the escalating trade war between the U.S. and the European Union, and today, resolutions became reality. After threatening each other with tariffs for weeks, President Donald Trump and European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker agreed to work toward zero tariffs on everything outside the auto industry.
This was a very big day for free and fair trade.
I had the intention to make a deal today, and we made a deal today.
As part of the agreement, the U.S. and the EU will reassess the tariffs they've imposed over the past few months, hold off on any new tariffs during negotiations, and work to reform the World Trade Organization. The EU also agreed to buy more American goods, which is welcome news for many farmers who've been hit by China's retaliatory tariffs amid a growing dispute with the U.S. President Trump tweeted, "European Union representatives told me that they would start buying soybeans from our great farmers immediately. Also, they will be buying vast amounts of LNG." Republican lawmakers were nervous the president's strategy of using tariffs to get better trade deals was not going to end well. But tonight, Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross said today's deal is proof that the strategy is working.
We came prepared to do business, and I think this really breaks the ground because it has now set the parameters. Everything is on the table.
While the U.S. and the EU continue negotiating agreements, both sides are also preparing new tariffs just in case these talks fall through. In Washington, Bryn McCarthy. Wildfires burning in California continue scorching acre by acre with no end in sight.
This has been a challenging and deadly fire season just in the month of July.
And one fire in particular is doing most of the damage. The river and ranch fires, together called the Mendocino Complex fires, are responsible for scorching an area of land the size of Los Angeles to the northwest of San Francisco, destroying hundreds of homes.
There's been about 1,300 plus homes that have been destroyed.
The Mendocino Complex fire has broken records, becoming the largest fire in California history. And with triple-digit temperatures and bone-dry vegetation, more fires are likely to follow.
The last couple of days really started settling in. You know, it's uncertainty. There's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of uncertainty is all I know.
The 17 fires currently burning across the state have created so much smoke that you can actually see it from space, as seen in these images captured by the International Space Station. And the firestorm continues, with tweets from President Donald Trump claiming that climate change is not responsible for these worsening fire seasons. The president tweeted, "California wildfires are being magnified and made so much worse by the bad environmental laws, which aren't allowing massive amounts of readily available water to be properly utilized. It's being diverted into the Pacific Ocean, must also tree clear to stop fire from spreading." But Senator Dianne Feinstein dismissed these claims from the president.
That's nonsense, and we have adequate water for fire suppression.
While the climate change debates continue, the 14,000 firefighters on the front lines have a much more immediate problem on their hands. They are doing everything in their power to put a stop to these intense fires, especially the Mendocino Complex fire, but it will likely be another week before the fires are contained. For Fox News, I'm Bryn McCarthy. A teacher in Kentucky, born with no arms or legs, has been given a life-changing gift, a robotic arm. There is less than 1 week to go before the 2018 midterm elections, and there's heavy absentee and early voting in many states. That's all for today's Rockbridge Report.